see when you watch your children play or explore or make things? I see new ideas, unique thoughts. I see imagination. I see sharing of ideas, teamwork,
Maybe some sticks.
mistakes being made, risk-taking, questioning and problem-solving. I see creativity. I see the future. According to Dan Davies, we live in a world where increasingly complex problems require creative solutions. Jeffson and Anderson highlight the importance of preparing students for the future with skills that ensure they thrive in the modern world. Imagination and creativity are paramount in this process.
So we need more tape. Yeah. Are we going to use this one or this one? This one.
In the words of Albert Einstein, imagination is everything. It is the preview to life's coming attraction. So what words would you use to define imagination? In my experience, parents typically use words such as wonder, ideas, thoughts, make-believe, dreams, what children do. And interestingly, but not surprisingly, creativity. In fact, the English Clonus Thesaurus actually uses creativity as a synonym for imagination. However, although they're closely linked, imagination and creativity are not the same thing. Imagination is what leads to creativity. According to Hander, it comes first. Imagination is new ideas, considering what could be, asking why, what if. For example, the cavemen who looked at a rock and saw a wheel, or Edison who imagined seeing in the dark without using candles. Dr. John O'Sullivan, the Australian, who thought about communication without wires. Imagination is like a seed being planted, waiting for the perfect conditions to grow. And when your children play and have independent thoughts, they engage their imagination in forming new and unique ideas which are of value to them. Imagination is something we're all capable of. Whenever we think of a new way to do something or consider what would happen if we did something differently, or if we have an image in our mind of how something could look or be, we're using our imagination. We do this every day, it happens every day. And as Louis, Knopp and Brandon discuss in their writings, imagination is not fluid or static. We all have it and we can all develop it. It just takes the right conditions for that to happen. Giving children the opportunity to form their own ideas and use their imagination and demonstrating that this is valued is the first step. They need confidence to share this imagination with others in order for ideas to develop. Creativity, on the other hand, in the words of Louis, Knopp and Brandon, is imagination applied. It's the ability to take the imagination and to make it real. Remember those cavemen? They created a wheel. Edison discovered electricity, and from O'Sullivan, Wi-Fi was born. Using creativity, the seed planted earlier begins to grow. Through play and exploring their ideas, your children make their ideas become reality. Creativity takes time and persistence for ideas to develop, for mistakes to happen, for solutions to be found. It depends largely on an environment that values and supports its development. But don't just take my word for it. Here's what some of the experts have to say. Stephen Johnson's TED Talk, Where Do Ideas Come From?, is well worth watching. He speaks of the importance of collaboration and communication, sharing of ideas and experiences as vital in connecting ideas and developing imagination to reach the next stages of creativity and innovation. As you saw in earlier footage, by working together, new creations are formed. Imagination and creativity, therefore, work hand in hand, and together they lead to innovation. But why is creativity important? Robert Steinberg recognises that the world is changing at a faster pace than ever before, and we need to cope with many new tasks and challenges. Dan Davies tells us that increasingly complex problems require creative solutions. And to quote Anna Kraft, it is widely thought that today's younger generation face a demanding future, and creative thinking will be the key to their ability to live peacefully and sustainably in the future. For this reason, we need to put creativity at the heart of our learning from the very start. It's the innovations which result from imagination and creativity that, whilst we can't control the future, will help to shape it. Florida describes creativity as the most important economic resource of the 21st century. If asked who here thinks their children are creative, only some of you would raise your hand. If asked who thinks they as adults are creative, fewer hands would be raised. It seems to be that as we get older, we lose the capacity for creativity. Why? Ken Robinson considers this in his talk, Do Schools Kill Creativity? He argues that we grow out of creativity. As we get older, we become more fearful of making mistakes and therefore less willing to give things a go. Without us giving things a go and making mistakes, creativity can't happen. It is our challenge then to foster creativity and allow it to flourish in our children, to value creativity and have children value it too, to recognise this natural resource and build skills which will keep creativity ability alive and move us through the 21st century. Who here thinks a creative person is someone who can draw or paint, dance, sing or play music? Someone who appears a little alternative, dresses boldly and is vibrant and energetic. Well, let me tell you, creativity is not restricted to the arts or to people who like bright clothes. All your children are creative. You all are creative. Creativity encompasses everyday life. It is in all areas of learning and living. It's deciding what to wear, solving problems at work, finding a new way to train your dog, deciding what herbs and spices to put in your cooking, putting photos in an album. Or for our children, choosing how to build a Lego model, doing a puzzle, solving a maths problem, writing a story, finding the way to climb the tree to reach the highest part, or even making choices when playing their Xbox or PlayStation. I want you to press pause now. You're going to ignite your own imagination and creativity with a bucket tower challenge you'll find on your table. When we return, we'll consider what we can do to make sure creativity flourishes in your children in their schooling. Welcome back. Hope you had fun. I bet there's a variety of structures on your tables and lots of collaboration went on. That will give you a taste of what needs to happen in a classroom to encourage creativity and imagination in children.
Big C, little c, mini c, pro C, creativity.
The everyday creativity we've been talking about is what Kaufman and Bagetto refer to as little c. At the other end of their model is big C. This is reserved for greatness or legend status, creativity, history-making stuff. Not many of us make it to here. It can take a very long time. But as Collard and Looney state, we can all develop capacity for everyday creativity. Little c is just as valuable. So what does all this mean for your children and their education? Well, according to Sternberg, creativity can be a habit, a good one, and an attitude toward life as much as an ability. If nurtured, it becomes something we do naturally. It's a habit that you as parents and your children's teachers can encourage. But how do we make sure we do this? Firstly, by modelling creativity ourselves, by showing children that we're prepared to take risks, try new things, share our ideas.
Let me ask questions.
Let us share ideas.
Let me take risks.
Helping children find what they love to do is really important, and helping them believe in their own ability to be creative.
Oh no, I need to try again.
Done.
So when you see a hub of noisy, playful activity in your child's classroom, be assured the best possible learning is happening. Imagination and creativity are flourishing. With all this in mind, and I know it's a lot to take in, I'm going to leave you with a clip from a movie called Apollo 13. And remember, imagination and creativity and your children are our future.
Again, please. Houston, we have a problem.
Okay, people, listen up. We gotta find a way to make this fit into the hole for this, using nothing but that. Let's get it organized.
Okay, let's build a filter.
Gas is literally poisoning the astronauts with every breath.